Is it weird that I'm talking about the P-Bandai version first before reviewing the original one? So if I did, it will be a short, lazy review. Anyways, how's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta back with another review for Heroes Month, and today we're going to take a look at the HGUC Ground Gundam, the parachute pack version from the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS team. Now, you could say it is the main Gundam of the series, but it's more like the main Grunt Gundam, and I heard some talks about it, and I don't want to go into detail about it. Taking a look at the box art, as usual, P-Bandai is in a monochrome box. Here's what the kit looks like when it's all put together, and you got two of the ground Gundams falling off, ready to release the parachute. Take a look at this side of the box. Well, it's just a name in the front and in the back. After opening the box, we got 5 bags of runners and a manual. And take a look at the manual. Since this is a P-Bandai kit, you don't get like a pretty cool cover, but checking the parts list, it looks like we're going to be using all of them and no other cool images, but there is a color guide right here if you're planning on painting it. Starting off with runner A1 is going to be a 4-color runner. We got a big chunk of dark gray, some red, some dark blue, and yellow, and we also have runner A2, which is going to be more of the dark gray parts. Next, we have runners B1 and B2. That's going to be more on the off-white colors, and B2 is going to share this chunk of a runner with B1. Runners C1 and C2 are going to be more of the gray parts, and they're going to be sharing this chunk of a runner. So there is another runner C. Now, keep in mind, what I forgot to tell you earlier is that there is like the old Ground Gundam kit that came out back in 2007. So what I have right now in my hands is the revived version. Anyways, this is going to be the parts for the backpack. One more thing I forgot to tell you is that the revived version is a standard release, and the other one I have right now is the P-Bandai version of the Revive, and I don't want to go into that rabbit hole. There's D1, 2, and 3 are going to be the parts for the weapons. Also have another runner D for the Gundam eyes. Runner E is going to be a multicolored runner. We got a chunk of dark blue, some really light gray, some dark gray, and I believe these are like light tan for the GM head. And speaking of the GM head, these are the parts for the eyes. And finally, we got beam saber effect parts, polycap runners, and some marking stickers. So that's gonna be it for the unboxing part. I am really excited to put this kit together. 8th MS team is like one of my favorites. I'll put this kit together right now, and I'll see you guys right after. Here's a Ground Gundam all put together. Really fun to put this thing together. Great color separation, good engineering. What more could I ask for? And yes, I did get myself a little head start to do just a bit of detail painting. Speaking of painting, if you're okay with me doing a little bit of detail paint ahead of time, let me know. And if you would rather see the bare plastic instead, let me know as well. So moving on to sticker placement. For the eyes, of course, they always go onto the eyes, and these little stickers right here, they go onto the front and the back of the head. That will be the Gundam head and the GM head as well. Just be sure which one is the right sticker. Moving on to the torso and below, this little sticker right here goes onto the chest, but I already painted that, of course. This little sticker right here goes onto the crotch. These two little triangle stickers, they go onto the side of the leg. Moving on to the back, this slightly bigger yellow triangle sticker goes right up here. And these two stickers right here, they go underneath the little parachute right here. Finally, this rectangle sticker right here goes onto the beam rifle. For seam lines, luckily for you, the only ones you have to take care of are the ones on the side of the arms. Other than that, everything else can go as a panel line detail. Or you could say almost no seam lines. That's gonna be it for the out-of-box presentation. Overall, it looks pretty nice. And even without applying paint, it doesn't look that bad. Though the only thing that's gonna bother you just a little bit would be like the yellow paint on the crotch. I'm gonna do a little bit more work, and I'll see you guys right after. Okay, here's the ground Gundam with all that work. Decided to do a bit of weathering because, you know, it's a ground-based mobile suit. They do get dirty. Moving on with accessories, buckle up, you do get a handful. Starting off with hand options, what you see on the kit would be the weapon holding hands. Next up, you got a trigger finger hand for the right and open palm hand for the left. This little machine gun right here, which you can pull out the stock and the secondary handle flips out. Next up, you have the beam rifle. Secondary handle can move side to side. Have this little shield right here, which could do a couple things. First, you can bring this down so you can have it stand, or you can just plug it onto the side of the arm. And the cool thing is, this can. Okay, so without popping it open, you can just make it into like a little jabbing weapon, and this little peg right here can rotate. Except you have its backpack, and what's so special about this is that if you open up, it reveals another gun. Alright, and once you get the pieces out and put the gun together, here's what it look like. You got this handle right here, which could move back for storage purposes, and this handle right here could swing forward and backwards. To attach the backpack, you just bring this down, pull it, bring these two up, and attach it like this. Next, you have, I believe, what is called a missile launcher. This handle can swing forwards and backwards. You got the bazooka, which can move up and down. Except, I believe this is what is called a net gun, so the main handle can move forwards and backwards, and the secondary handle can also move forward and backwards as well. You got the ground GM head if you want to swap the heads. Except you have the parachute. Now, to put on the backpack, it is pretty similar, but the only difference is you're just gonna open this one and these two stay closed. But once you get it in there, this is how it's gonna look. Finally, you got the beam saber effect parts, and where the beam saber handles, you might ask. Well, if you pop these open, there's a beam saber handle. And another cool thing is that you can just leave it open like that, and you can have it posing like it's about to grab the beam saber. Moving on to articulation, the head is on a ball joint, and this is a mechanism which you can move the neck just a little higher up, barely. Shoulder is on a ball joint, it has a butterfly swing out. Arm is on a bicep swivel, double bend at the elbow, and there's actually a double ball joint on the wrists. And also, the arm can go up this high. The torso has a wide range of movements, like check out the ab crunch, and it can go side to side, and of course it can swivel. Front skirt can move out, side skirt can pop out this way. And speaking of the side skirt, what I forgot to mention is that you do have extra magazines for the little machine gun. Anyways, it can rotate, and the back skirt does not move. Moving on to the legs, it does have a swinging movement. The leg can kick up this far, it can move back that far. The side skirt can move out, double bend at the knee. Moving on to the ankles, it can shift forwards and backwards. And it's also a ball joint as well, so it can go up this far, it can move back that far. Ankle armor can move up and down. Nice piston detail. And you do have a toe bend. And as for pivot, it's alright. Moving on to the backpack, well, nothing moves. Overall, the articulation on this kit is actually quite nice, and of course you can manage to pull off the iconic ground Gundam pose when it's taking a knee and firing the big gun. So moving on to size comparisons, here it is right next to the standard size Gundam, which I already did a little bit of custom, and as you can see, they're both the same height. Finally, here it is right next to Lego Batman, Optimus Prime, and the SD Aerial. So that's going to be it for the size comparisons. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Moving on to my final thoughts. Overall, it's a really good kit. Now, I know this is a P-Bandai one, and I don't know how often Bandai is going to reprint this, so it may or may not be difficult for you to get your hands on. I mean, the only difference is that you get a few extra weapons and a parachute pack and a GM head. Unless you're okay with the standard release, which does not have the three things I mentioned. Regardless whether you get the P-Bandai version or the regular version, you're still gonna have a ton of fun with this kit. Or heck, get both of them and then you can just donate the P-Bandai weapons to the standard one. One more thing, tell me your experience about the older HGUC Ground Gundam. Alright, so that's gonna be it for review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, want to see more content, be sure to subscribe. Questions, concerns, comment down below. See you guys in the next video. It's probably bad if I don't show you what it looks like with the GM head on.